Hey there folks, Santee at the Arizona Ghostwriters here. We got a little mail. Santee, how about a video on the different gloves worn in the era? Steve Burton. Gloves in the Old West. We can do that. Okay, at first my inclination was to pair, no pun intended, this video with another one because I just couldn't put my finger, no pun intended, on enough info. Well, I have no problem admitting I was wrong. Okay, that pun was intended.
Really? You're a genius.
Oh yeah. For keeping hands safe while working to fingers getting cold, gloves have been around for centuries. Our Old Westians definitely had many uses for them. Cowboys would use them while handling branding irons and also while roping. Yep, two things that can really burn your hands. Oh, folks working with steam boilers would also use a heavier glove. For the fancier folks, gloves made of silk, soft cloth, lace, or preferably leather were perfect for stepping out. The leather ones were usually made of kid, or skin from a young goat.
We are not amused!
Incidentally, this is where we get the term, handle them with kid gloves. In fact, etiquette rules were that these society women were not to take them off outside. Early in the period, the seams were hidden, then later on they were actually enhanced. Of course, those well-to-do could have several pairs of gloves to match different outfits. Because leather can shrink, they would also use glove stretchers to widen the holes of the fingers so they could get the darn things on.
Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more.
The frontiersmen and trappers found that mittens lined with fur did an excellent job of keeping in warmth. Of course, you're limited in mobility, but at least you weren't cold. The fringed gauntlet gloves were made famous in the 1870s when Native Americans were making and selling both decorated gauntlets and utilitarian gloves. Their popularity skyrocketed during the Wild West shows of the turn of the century.
Stonewall Jackson was trash himself.
Hollywood has used gloves as a device to define the bad guy. From westerns to gangster movies, whenever we see them, trouble's a-brewing.
You too.
Hey Jack, drop the glove.
You're a low-down lying Yankee.
We ghostwriters have gloves, gauntlet style, utilitarian, and formal ones. Dirty Dan also has fingerless gloves. Fingerless gloves are worn by many western stunt guys out here to protect their hands when falling, but historically they were used by the working class that needed their fingers free. Now, you can buy the gauntlet-style gloves, which can be expensive, but they look great. Some folks will even put beads or fancy stitching on them for more authenticity. If you want just utilitarian gloves, I suggest going down to your local hardware store and picking up a pair of leather ones. Make sure to remove all modern items like tags and plastic closures. In addition to using mine while transplanting some cactus, I dunked them in the walnut stain tub for a few minutes to break up that continuous yellow-tan look. The fancier ones can be purchased online or at formal clothing stores and costume shops for both men and women. It's good to have a couple of pairs in our wardrobe for whatever character you're portraying. Well folks, that's it for another episode. Thanks for watching. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you on down the trail.